Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. It is 7 o'clock on Sunday evening, getting ready for our Sunday night live chat. If you are tuning in after the fact later on, we're going to take about a 15 or 20-second pause here and let a few people jump on with us before we get rolling live in the chat. So if it is not Sunday night, like I said, we'll just give it a few seconds and we'll be rolling here shortly. So. Okay, we've got some people getting on with us. As always, thanks for being here. I still appreciate you guys jumping on. I can't tell you how lucky I feel that the fact that you guys get on here and hang out with me every Sunday. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope we're doing some fun stuff and some cool stuff. As always, we are on 3 platforms right now. We are on YouTube, we are on the Nobody Show page on Facebook, and we are on the Nobody Else's Auto page on Facebook. So thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Dawn, did I have fun last night? Yeah, went to the track last night. We'll get into that in a little bit. So we got Randy on with us. Thanks for being here, guys. And let's get rolling. I did get a new phone so hopefully you guys can hear me on the Nobody Show page on Facebook. I've been having some audio issues there. My other phone, I think it just pretty much had it. So I went and got a new phone and started using it last Tuesday, and Friday it locked up due to too much information. I was like, they told me I got a phone with twice as much memory, and I got a phone with exactly as much memory. It lasted 4 days and locked up. So I guess you all know where I'll be tomorrow morning to try to figure out my phone situation. So, but at least hopefully tonight you guys can hear me, and hopefully I will have my memory situation resolved on my phone tomorrow, but at least hopefully it's working tonight. So keep our fingers crossed there that I can get something figured out so I can keep shooting some more Nobody Show episodes. We got Rose Hill, Kansas on. Hey, Terry. We got Matt on. Thanks for being here. Anyway, last night, yeah, actually, just like last week, we got to go to a swap meet last week. Excited about that. Last night, we got to go to the drags. The racetrack was open here, our local racetrack, the SRCA drag strip, which was where the very first NHRA national event was held in 1955. Still run on the same track, and finally got to go out there last night. So, hey, we got John back on YouTube. Glad you're here. Thanks, John. Did have a great time at the track. Did get to see a lot of friends that hadn't seen in several months. Our good friend James Stevens from Nebraska was here with his Top Alcohol dragster. Put a couple of solid hits down. Always good to see those guys, him and Roger. And good turnout, lots of cars, always fun to see. My buddy Doug Ray, the 57 Buick that he built, the guys that he sold that car to out of Texas had that car up here. And that was an impressive car to see run again. I hadn't seen it run in a couple of years since Doug sold it. But I got a couple of good hard hits on that car. All steel 57 Buick running in the mid sevens at almost 200 miles an hour. So pretty impressive car. If you haven't seen it, look that thing up. Super neat. But like I said, it just felt good to be back out there, things happening, seeing friends, cars going down the track, and just at least starting to, a little bit more sense of normalcy. So that felt good too. I got Mississippi on with us. Hey, Mississippi, thanks for being here. So anyway, tonight's topic that I wanted to bring up and discuss with you guys, both for your benefit and my benefit, pictures. Obviously, shooting pictures is a big, big part of what I do, and it's important for all of you. I mean, whether you're on eBay, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Craigslist, pictures, obviously, in the digital world are extremely important and get more important all the time. When I try to take pictures, whether you're looking at my stuff on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, or eBay, I always try to get decent pictures. If I put something on eBay, there's usually a minimum, absolute minimum of 4 to 6 pictures on any of my eBay posting. And a lot of times, more often than not, there's 10 or 12. Because I got to get all the way around, get all the angles, and get everything so everybody can see it. So sometimes explain how to get pot metal trim off without breaking the studs. Okay, maybe we can get to that a little bit later. But when I take pictures, I always look at what are the best angles, the best lighting possible to get decent pictures for eBay or Craigslist or Facebook, wherever I'm posting them. I got a bunch of people on Facebook, Illinois, California, Massachusetts. Well, that pretty much gets her coast to coast right there in one quick shot. So um, that's how I try to take pictures. I try to get good sunlight, especially on Chrome. Um, I've got to do the best job I possibly can to try to show you what we're talking about. And, texting is great for pictures. That's it. It's super, super easy to snap pictures on my phone and text them straight to you. However, like we talked about before, don't send me 20 questions back on a text because like I said, I just don't have time to stop and sit there and start typing for the next 10 minutes. I can get you some pictures on a text. Give me a call. I'm more than happy to discuss them with you, and I can still keep working. I don't have to put tools down or tape gun down to start typing and texting back on 20 questions. So, and we got John on YouTube. Yeah, take pictures of defects, and I always try to do that. I have more often than not, if I have somebody who complains about something on eBay, I'll tell them to go look at picture 8. Oh, yeah. Why'd I miss that? Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I took a picture of it. You didn't see it. And so I don't know what to do because I always try to do that. We're getting a little bit of lag on YouTube. I don't know why we're getting some lag on YouTube. I'm not even wireless on YouTube. I've got it plugged in directly to my modem. So there may be some system issues right now. Possibly with YouTube because I am plugged directly into the modem. I'm not wireless or anything. So there may be some lag and blurred vision on YouTube, but that must be something in their system. I apologize for that, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. So if you see any of my stuff, be sure to go through all of the pictures that I've got posted. If you want pictures of something specific, I can always get those to you. One thing I can't fix, and believe it or not, I get these questions, especially on eBay. Can you send me a better picture of something because my screen, I can't blow it up on my phone because my screen's busted and I can only see part of the pictures. I can't help you with that, guys. If your phone's busted, get on a computer, blow up the pictures. I can't fix the fact you've got a busted phone, but I do get those questions that, it's I can't help you on that. I do what I can do on my end. And there again, I'm not perfect. I'll miss things from time to time. But I always try to cover all of that stuff. If you're on Nobody's Show, I'm not getting comments on there either. If you are commenting on the Nobody's Show page on Facebook, Facebook is not feeding me any of that again. So I don't know what the deal is there. I was hoping the new phone would help that, but apparently it is not. A little bit going on YouTube. Thanks, Dan. My pictures on YouTube are nice and clear. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So whenever you're looking at something, and one thing I want to warn you guys about on eBay is eBay will show you, at least whenever I look at something on eBay, the way I see it, will show you 6 pictures. But you've got to look for the little arrow next to those pictures to scroll to make the screen scroll over to the next batch of pictures. I get a lot of questions about things that I have pictures on, and then the next question I'll open will be the same person and say, "Oh, it was there. I just figured out to scroll over and look at the rest of the pictures." So something to watch on eBay. They're not real clear about the fact when there is more pictures. So look for the little caret to scroll over to get the rest of the pictures if you're looking at something on eBay, whether it's my stuff or anything. That's just something I've seen on eBay and starting to get some, some stuff that, it's like, I know that's on there. I know there's a picture of it, and I look and sure as the world it is, and then I'll get another comment right after that, yeah, we found it after the fact. So just something to think about, and always watch for, double check, make sure there's more pictures, if there are more pictures. If you're not sure, get on a computer, blow it up full screen. The picture options I have on eBay, you can blow them up full screen. I think you can blow up the Craigslist pictures bigger. So always watch for that, guys. See if you can blow up the screen a little bit. I always try to take high resolution pictures so that when you do blow them up, that they're clear and they look good. So that's something I do work really hard on, and try to cover as much as I can, because I know that's what you guys have to work with. That's what I'm sending to you, and that's what you guys see, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you, whether we're talking about a part that is really nice or a part that needs work. That's what I'm trying to show you. So I got my buddy Mike Spainhoward on. We got Kevin just jumped in from Pennsylvania. So thanks for being here, everybody. As always, I appreciate it. Glad you took a few minutes out of your evening to hang out. Had a question about getting nuts off of pot metal studs on YouTube. Jay, what I do if I've got something that has a something that is a pot metal cast piece and the studs look questionable, if some of those are just so rotten they're going to break. What I typically do is I will soak them with any sort of a penetrating oil, WD-40, PP Blast, or whatever I've got in the truck. I will always try to soak that pot metal stud before I try to crank on it, and a lot of times that will help versus taking it off dry. There's some of them that are just corroded to the point where they're going to fall off when I do it, and there's just no way around it. And that's going to happen from time to time on some of this stuff. But I always try to soak them with a penetrant before I start cranking on them, and keep your fingers crossed that that's going to work. So good question, Jay. Thanks for being here. Mark on YouTube, any titles for the new yard? I am starting to get title work done on some of that stuff. In Kansas, I can get titles on antique vehicles. I am a licensed dealer, both. I'm actually dual licensed in the state of Kansas. I am licensed for salvage, and I am also a licensed used car dealer. So I can get titles on antique vehicles as a used car dealer in Kansas, except for due to the pandemic here recently, with the state being shut down, I have not been able to get titles done. And I know there's a couple guys out there, some of you guys may be on, and I haven't forgotten about you, but I still can't get titles done. I am hoping that here sometime in the next week or two, I can get a state trooper out here to do some VIN inspections, because in Kansas they do require a VIN inspection by a state trooper on these antique vehicles. But basically what that boils down to is obviously they make sure that, somebody hasn't knocked it off with a chisel and then beat it back flat and screwed it back onto something. So they do a visual inspection, make sure the VIN tag looks like it is correct and original and has not been altered in any way, shape, or form. And then obviously run it through the system, make sure it doesn't pop up stolen or anything weird. And then I can get titles on them. So as far as titles for the new yard, I'm going to title a lot of that stuff. Just have been completely hung up on getting title work done as of lately. So if there is something you see in the new yard that is still pretty much intact that you're interested in, yes, we can get titles on it, but haven't been able to do it as of yet. So anyway, as always, if you've got any other questions, just throw them up there. We've gotten a lot of activity on the Nobody Else's Auto page on Facebook and the Nobody Show page on YouTube. However, Nobody's Show on Facebook is still not feeding me. So got a pretty good crowd on right now. Got 55 of you on with us. Thanks for being here. That's pretty good. And like I said, like I've talked to you in the past, tell your friends, if you guys want to tell your friends to jump on with us, the more the merrier. And actually, we just gained several more right there. We're pushing 60 people on with us. So that's great. I can't thank you guys enough for being here and participating. And like I said, if you've got questions, just throw them up there. That's what we're here for. So toss them up there. I will try to get to them. Like I said, with the exception of the Nobody Show page on Facebook, it is not feeding me. So trying to catch everything else that is popping up. Trivia. How about some trivia? Tonight we've got another oil can. This is kind of a cool can. It's a cardboard can, so it's probably only 30 or 40 years old, but it's a really cool can. I've got a few of these. I really like these cans. So what we've got tonight is a Aero Shell Premium can. We'll show that to everybody. We'll start over here on YouTube. This is a 1 quart Aero Shell can. Cool can, good color, good graphics. Like I said, it is a cardboard can, so it's not the oldest one out there, but it is cool with good colors, good graphics, nice piece, and a neat deal. John, what is my eBay store called? My eBay store is Nobody Else's Auto. That is obviously the easiest way to do it, and that way people can find me if they do have a question. You can always Google my user ID and find me And I do have some people that do that if they've got specific questions, so we can get in and take care of that stuff too. So it's just nobody else's auto on eBay, just like it is everywhere else. So ever come across any Lagunas? I do not have any Lagunas. However, I do have a complete nose for a 73 in stock right now, the whole front bumper assembly with grill and everything. If you did find one, Mark, I do have a nose for a 73. So trivia tonight. I'm gonna mix it up on you guys a little bit. Typically in the past, we've been doing just like some general automotive type questions. Tonight, I'm going to test your knowledge and see if you've been watching or not, I guess is the best way to put it. If you've been watching the shows on Nobody's Show, on the Nobody Show page on Facebook or on YouTube, and I don't think I've shared this episode to the Nobody Else's Auto page. So, but I'm going to have a question about one of my shows. See who was paying attention. A couple weeks ago on May 25th, I did a video with a pacer in it. In that video, I had a third vehicle that was not as old as a lot of you guys would have expected. However, I think it's worth holding on to long term. So what was that third vehicle in that video that I think is worth holding on to more long term? So I'll keep an eye on the comments for that. And we will roll into what's coming up this week on Nobody's Show. We got Oregon on. Thanks for being here, Oregon. This week, I picked up some cars at the end of the week. Last week, I had some stuff come in. Let's see. Oh, got somebody looking for a 49 Merc on YouTube. The only 49 Merc I've got, there's not much left of it. So, Plymouth Wagon. That's not the newer one on there, Terry. That's close, but that's the right video. But that's not the newer car that most people didn't expect to see in the video. The third one in that video. So, 95 station wagon. No, that wasn't it. So we're going to have some new inventory videos coming up this week. I am hoping that I still don't have a winner yet, and that's why I pulled this one out, because I knew, I'm looking for something kind of odd and something kind of different that to kind of try to trip you guys up a little bit. So there we go. Ed got it. The 02 Lincoln. Ed Meller on YouTube got it. And that's right. It was the 02 Lincoln LS that, and Chris got it too. So Chris hit it at the same time as Ed did. So Chris and Edward, give me a call after we get done tonight, and we'll get you guys taken care of. The numbers are on the pages, 620-786-4428. But the reason I saved this car, the reason I thought it was worth putting it into a video, the little LS Lincolns that come around right at the turn of the century, V8, rear-wheel drive, pretty decent suspension, sporty little cars. And when's the last time you've seen one on the road? It's something you don't see very often anymore. Had a chance to pick one up. Tranny was acting a little goofy in it, but clean car. It's not wrecked. It's not watered up. Decent interior, nice body. And it's one of those things that, and there again, I could be completely off base, but I'm trying to think ahead, look forward. What's going to be the next shifts in what we do? So that's what I'm trying to pay attention to. So that's why I'm going to try to work some of that stuff in. And like I said, kind of keep it fun, kind of keep it interesting. You never know where the questions are going to come from, but I'll start mixing some stuff in off of some of my videos too on trivia. So Chris and Ed off of YouTube were our winners tonight on that. Anyway, back to what's coming up this week on Nobody's Show. I'm probably going to have 2 videos of new inventory that came in last week, so definitely stay tuned for that. I've got the pickup that I've been working on that's getting real close. I've got it pretty much cleaned up. I'm going to see if it will fire up this week, and may have a really cool video on that pickup coming up. So I'll try to get some video on that truck by the end of the week. if we don't get that pickup finished up quite to where I can do video on it, we will definitely get you some more stuff from the new yard. So just double checking comments. And once again, if you were on the Nobody Show page on Facebook, it is not feeding me any comments. I apologize. So, John, how about the old Ford you rescued a few videos ago? I don't know which one we're talking about there. So, if you want to give me a little more detail, I've had a lot of Fords come in the last month or so. So, anyway, let me know which one we're talking about. I can give you some more details on that. So that's what we can look forward to this week on Nobody's Show. Some of the new inventory that did come in that you will be seeing. 1969 Ford F350 custom cab. It was a chassis cab that it was a one-ton chassis cab with a flatbed on it. So that truck will be coming up. Okay, John, we'll get to that in a second. I did have a little square S10 come in, a little mid to late 80s square S10, which there again, it's kind of crazy to think about. That truck's over 30 years old at this point. So some more Buicks. Dad moved a few more Buicks in from his place. 1950 and 1951 Buick Supers. And I had a really unique Plymouth come in yesterday. 1950 Plymouth, two-door, kind of a fastback body. Something kind of different. You don't see a lot of them in that era of Mopar. I've got one Dodge in that body style where it's kind of a slope back that kind of dropped off on the back. Kind of a unique car. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's kind of different. John on YouTube's asking about the 41 Ford. That truck is, we did get it back. I have not had time to mess with it. I'm going to get that truck cleaned up and definitely bring you guys a video on that. Also had a 51 Ford pickup come in about that time. I'll get that 51 Ford cleaned up. We're going to do some videos on some of that stuff also. While we're on the Fords, I've got a really cool 69 Ford half-ton Ranger pickup that's sitting out back that came in a couple years ago that I keep needing to get cleaned up. It's going to make somebody a great project pickup also. So stay tuned for some of that stuff as well, plus the super, super cool Chevy that is sitting in my shop right now that I need to get on. Like I said, it's pretty much cleaned up. I think it'll fire. We're going to see if we can get her to fire this week and get some video done on that. So anyway, that's pretty much what I've got for you this week. Chris and Ed, give me a call after we get done. Ed's asking a question about the 60s black and white. Unless we're talking about the Ford pickup there also. I had a black and white 59 come in. That was also a chassis cab with a flatbed type, or actually kind of a winch truck type bed on the back of it. That was a 59 F250. So, Mark still wants to walk the yard, and that is an issue. The insurance is an issue. I need to get, my attorney's supposed to be working on paperwork on releases and things like that, so I can run that by insurance. And I have not talked to him in a few months, so I need to get a hold of him. 38 Ford Coupe sheet metal, Greg. I don't have anything there at all on 38 car stuff. So, however, Mark, if stick with us. If we needed to go out and walk around the yard again here one of these Sundays or so when we get a nice day. Thought about doing it today, but we had a ton of wind. I don't know how bad the wind was today. 40 mile an hour is ridiculous. Thought about squeezing a little bit of it in today, but it didn't work out. So stay tuned. Oh, no problem, Ed. Just got some confusion on YouTube. No problem, Ed. No big deal. So need to do some more walkarounds in the yard. We haven't done one since about April 1st, and I've had a lot of cars come in since then. Starting to sort some things out. If you've caught the pictures on Nobody Else's Auto on Facebook, I actually have about 3 rows of Pontiacs in order. I have the 62 Pontiac full size in one section. I have the 59 to 61 Pontiacs in one row, and I have the 65 and 66 Pontiacs in one row. So excited about that. It's a little bit of progress. It's minor progress, but it's progress, so it's exciting for me. Grille extensions for a 52, 53 Dodge pickup. Depends on which pieces you need, guy. If you need the ones for the upper bars that are just the extensions, not the park light housings, I do believe I've still got a set of those in stock if you want to give me a call. If you just want the ones off the upper bar above the park light on that extension piece. So there may be a possibility on there. Steve needs a right front fender for 59 Metropolitan. I've got a couple of 59 or a couple of Metropolitans. Not sure on the exact year on those, so you can give me a call on that also. My number again, Ed, and I will add this to the comment or to the section on YouTube after we get done. I think I've got it on both Facebook pages. My number for questions after the chat, 620-786-4428. So, like I said, you can go ahead and give me a call if you've got questions about cars or parts or anything after the fact on that. And I think that is pretty much catching us for tonight. I'm sure you guys are getting tired of listening to me sit here and ramble. So, as always, thanks for stopping by. I don't know why we're not getting comments on the Nobody Show page. I'll have to do some more work on that. I mess with it and it works a little bit, and then it craps out on me again. So, if you're on Nobody Show with us, we'll see if I can get that figured out for next time. I hope you guys can hear me better, at least with the microphone on that phone working well. I hope YouTube cleared up. I haven't heard too many comments on the YouTube either, as whether we're still having issues there. So, anyhow, thanks for being here, guys. As always, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I enjoy doing these. They're fun, but it would be pretty boring if I was sitting here talking into a computer by myself. So the fact that you guys are here with me is what makes this fun. It's what makes it enjoyable. Tell your friends, have them jump on with us next Sunday night. Be thrilled to have them here. And we've got a great group on here. I'm super excited about the group that we're building here and the guys that are on. We're all having fun. You know, everybody's trying to help each other out. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying doing it. And so, as always, thanks for being here. I think we're about wrapped up. No more questions on cars or parts popping up. So if you think of something after the fact, give me a call, and we will catch you next Sunday night here live. We will see you on Nobody's Show on Facebook live on Tuesday night on Toy Tuesday, and then we will transfer that over to YouTube as soon as we shoot the Toy Tuesday. I will get the new inventory videos on the Ford pickup, the Buicks, the S10, the kind of funky fastback. We'll call it the funky fastback Plymouth. How about that? The funky fastback Plymouth. We'll get some video shot on that to get some of that done. Mark wants to know if we can walk with a scheduled appointment. I can schedule you in and show you what you want to see at this point. As far as just going and wandering on a all-day tour, I can't really do that yet, but you know, if you're here to look for some parts, we can absolutely go check out what you need to see and things like that, and try to work some of that in. So, yeah, if you're coming through and you need to check some stuff out, by all means, give me a call and we'll get something set up. So, anyway, thanks for being here. As always, you know, we've been doing these for, geez, guys, I think we've been doing these for over 3 months now, and having a great time. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking us out. Check out my other videos on YouTube. All kinds of cool gearhead stuff. That's all I do because that's all I know and that's all I like. So we'll see you guys next Sunday night. Bring some friends along and let's have another good time. And we will catch you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.